can't say that I've ever had one of these apart before, but it doesn't look too bad. So sure we can figure something out and hopefully get this thing apart. I'm gonna take a jack, put in between the front idler and this stand here, and hopefully I can, push it forward enough to just be able to split this and push it back. Alright, that's sliding it forward, so if we can get enough out of it to, let me get these bolts loose. It's like one more. All 4 bolts out now. See if I can push this track a little farther forward. Alright, we got a good little bit of separation. I'm gonna grab a pry bar and see if it'll push apart. Oh yeah. That's back, so. It's all grease. All right. So that's where our track won't pump up. Easy enough. So we'll pop that off and see if I can't go find some more seals, I reckon. Just a big thick U-cup seal, looks like. All right, there's your outside seal. It seals this to this. It looks like there's a, maybe not. Yeah, there's a backup in here. A backup washer, or O-ring, sorry. So you just got 3 parts. This is like a harder plastic. There's your rubber one. They sit inside of there like that. And that's what seals the 2 flanges together. And then, of course, this seals what holds your, All right, y'all, I finally got the seals in for the track, so I'll make an attempt to try to get this track fixed today. So I've got to push this idler back forward. I had to move it the other day, so it kind of rolled back on me a little bit, but that's enough room for us to get in here and put that seal in. It should be. Yep. All right. So let me go grab that pack of seals and we'll wipe everything off, put it back together, and be done with this thing. So it looks like we got the right replacement. Now, the right way to do this, I guess, would be to pull this piston all the way out. And I think there's an O-ring or something else in here too, but this was the bad part of the seal, so I'm not gonna overdo it. And especially, like I said, this dozer, need to make sure it runs good before we put too much time and effort into it. So now, we just got to remove this spiral lock. Got to find the end of it. somewhere. There it is. All right, so there's your spiral lock. That's off. So we'll put that on there. Yeah, because that'll keep the grease. The oval, or the umbrella part should go like that. Okay, all right, so that's that. Just a square cut and then a backup. So they're both gonna go in this groove, slightly behind the piston there. All right, that's all you got to do. Slide it forward. Now we'll tighten up or get our 4 bolts started. We should have this thing lit. Should be plenty tight on all of those. Now we can tighten up our release fitting here. Put grease to it and see if the track doesn't tighten up. Okay, that's tight. Alright, so you can see it's starting to pump up now. Starting to move forward. So basically the piston's here and it was pushing back and there was already some residual grease in here from where the piston was leaking before, so it kind of worried me there for a second, but they pumped it all out. But now I need another tube of grease. But it is sealed up now and we should have a functioning track tensioner. Alright, so I just started it up. I thought I hit record and I didn't, so let me drive this thing back and forth a little bit and let's check this track tension. All you do to release them, crack that nut, and it'll come right out of there. This side's about right, yeah. See, you want just a little bit of flex in it. See how tight that one is? Alright, now we should be pretty close on them. You can see it's got just a little bit of sag there, so we'll back it, forward and back a couple times and steer's great, track's great, stop's great, turn's great. All the gauges seem to be working. I haven't seen the, got it up to temperature enough to see if this is working yet, but fuel pressure gauge working, amperage gauge, temperature gauge, oil pressure gauge, all that's working. So I think we got a good running dozer here. Hopefully over the next day or so I can get these seals in. Alright, I'm going to do my best to show y'all what little bit I know. So that piece goes in there. Stack your low pressure. I think that should be your high pressure. Correct me if I'm wrong, guys. I'm not a hydraulic rebuilder, but there's another low pressure. And then you got your spacer. So that should sit down in there just a little bit. All right, there it is. Like a knife edge there, it's your sharpest edge. You want that, you know, facing towards the end of the cylinder. So now, got to put it back on our cylinder. Try to make sure it's halfway clean. Guys, like I said, this thing's got some scarring in it, and the current's going right there, so really it does need to be, or have a new cylinder put in it, but it'll be all right. We get this piece first. I guess that's to change the compression of this. I'm sure you're supposed to measure it or something, but oh well, like I said, I just know enough to get me in trouble. Alright, like I said, when we dump the oil in this thing, I'll get that other bolt and put it in there, but I don't have another one right now. So now, let's see. Wipe the rest of this schmoo off of this cylinder. It's just dried up dirt, really. Alright, so let's put our wear ring. Wear rings look great. Ain't nothing wrong with them. Every other cylinder I've ever took apart, it's got an O-ring right here that seals it from running around this shaft. That keeps it from, you know, bleeding down or bleeding past while it's up in the air, so it doesn't leak down. So I'm gonna put another O-ring right there. I don't know if there's supposed to be one right there, but I'm gonna put it. That's gonna go on like that. So let me put that O-ring up there, and I'll tighten that nut up, and we'll go put it on the dozer and see what we can do. All right, y'all, I'm trying to keep my phone in the shade because it's like 100 degrees out here, and every time I put it somewhere else, it says iPhone too hot. But just gonna make sure we got, still looks clean in there. I'll wipe that out. And that should go in here. Now, put our cylinder back in. I know the come along's in the way, but like I said, I'm trying to keep my phone halfway cool. Oh crap, hold on a second. We gotta put that O-ring on. Well, so I don't think I got the wrong size. I think whoever rebuilt this cylinder did it wrong last time and I didn't catch it, because that's probably where it was when I took it off. And it probably sat right there instead of having an O-ring in that groove. So that's my fault. But that's what we got to deal with, because it fits fine right there. So let me look back and make sure that's how it was, because we didn't have any leaks from there. It wasn't leaking, so I'm gonna try it. It ain't nothing to pop a couple bolts out if it don't work. All right, I got to remember to put that one in, but we should be good to go now. So let me tighten up this top one where I had to open it to bleed it. So I had to stake that wiper gland because I think that's why they're falling out, because that surface is wore out, or who knows. Anyway, I staked it, so maybe we're good to go now, but I don't see any more leaks. So we're gonna go push a little bit of trees or dirt or something. I got to find a pin for this side, but I got everything in. As soon as I remember where I put that pin, we should be good. Alright y'all, so I'm going to try to adjust these brake clutches on this thing a little bit today. I got it running a little bit last night, but it was getting dark on me, so let's see what we can see. The brakes work fine, but they do feel a little bit loose to me, like in pedal travel and stuff like that. So I'm going to just check them. It should be under this 3-bolt cover from what I could comprehend last night anyways, that there should be an adjustment in here. Then maybe we can get this thing dialed in. I could tell it was 1.5 turns. It was 1/4, half, 3/4, 1, 1 1/4, 1.5. All right, that's snug. Let's go off 1.5 turns. quarter, half, 3/4, 1/4, half. All right, both our brakes should be adjusted now. Hopefully these final drives are full. Okay. That one looks great. All right, let's check this other side. That one could use a little bit, but it's right there, so it's got oil in it. I just keep in mind that I need to add just a little bit to this side over here. All right, let's see what happens. Adjust this governor a little bit, give it just a little bit more RPM, see what that does. Somebody had this cover off, I think they had it off because they thought that was the problem instead of that turbo that we fixed. That sounds a little bit more like it. Well, she did it. Still running great. Temperature's right at 180 degrees. She's pushing, so I can't complain. I'd like to get a rake done for it if we're gonna keep it. I definitely gotta have a rake for it because I'll use my D7 to do the main cutting and then use that to rake everything up and pile it up. But you know, it pushed all the stuff through here and was able to push that pile of junk right there up. So I'm gonna take that as a win so far. I'm gonna go over there and try to level up where I've been pushing a little bit of that dirt, and we'll see what it does. Well guys, I bulldozed my microphone case. Looks alright dude. think I am gonna adjust this brake just a little bit more, because it's still got that pop to it, and I don't like it. I wasn't around when the time of when these machines were new, so I've never worn one out or run one enough to know if it was worn out. But I do know that pedal on the right hand side feels better than the pedal on the left hand side. So I'm gonna go ahead and run to the truck real quick. I'm gonna grab a 9/16 and I'm gonna see if I can't take that cover back off and just tighten that brake up just a little bit more to take some more of that slop out. But I don't know. I feel confident in everything else. I mean, it's been running. We've been running about 2 hours now, and she's been doing great. So we're gonna keep pushing and try to get all this one big spot cleared out anyway. But we got quite a bit done today. Got all those trees pushed up. I'm gonna leave the willow trees, but everything else, that's a nice maple, so we'll leave that one. But all these gum trees, I want gone. So we'll get them knocked up out the way, and hopefully if I can get my excavator fixed, I can get that in here the next couple of days to get some of the dirt out of these piles. But I want to look into this brake too. I still don't think it's right, but I don't know where we're gonna have to take stuff off. But it's like the whole brake pad or shoe, whatever, is just rolling like that. So once I get that figured out, I feel a lot better. But I think that'll be everything that I could see wrong with it, is this left brake, and now we got to put a track tensioner in. But that track tensioner ain't no problem. So we'll see how long it takes me to figure out this brake issue. I would say today is a successful first attempt with this thing. It's done very well today. I'm very surprised. You know, I probably should have went ahead and put the tensioner in, but I'm happy with it. All right, just like the other side, 15/16. Take these 4 bolts out. Wrong splitter. So as y'all can see, I'm trying to spread this track apart just a little bit now with that jack. The microphone had cut out on me and I didn't realize it, but there it is, splitting apart just a little bit. There's the old seal. It's got a little chunk missing out of it. There I am putting a new one in. And slide your spiral lock on. And line everything up, slide it together, put your 4 bolts back in, put a little grease in it, and you're done. All right, y'all, I know it's late and I know it's dark, so the video ain't gonna be the best, but I could not sleep knowing that this thing ain't right. So all that's happening, from what I can tell, is this pin is seizing, or there's one that's tight somewhere, and it's when that goes up, it won't come back down by itself, and then when you go into the next gear, it's tight, because that's supposed to stay right there. So we just got to get these pins freed up. I don't know if that'll just be running it, or if I'll actually have to go in there and do something, but that's our problem, is when that's up there, that pedal gets right tight instead of loosening on up like it is. So yeah, I'll push it up. That's where it stays in reverse. You can see how tight the pedal is. Now if I come back here now and essentially just, it's tight, but pull that back all the way back like it's supposed to be. Whatever's sticking is what we got to figure out. Basically, the only one it can be, that one that this pivots on. I think both of those are just tight for some reason. So just out of curiosity, I went ahead and took the other side off. See how much easier that moves than this one. For whatever reason, that's no problem. I'll take it. As you can remember before, basically kicking my feet off these pedals. Feel a lot better now. It's not near as bad as it was. So I'm gonna tighten this one up just a touch, and then I'm gonna call it a night. I think we're good. I think we got it hit. All right, so there's reverse, there's forward, reverse, forward. All right, let's give it a try. Now, I wanted to give you all a little rundown of what everything we did today. So I took it down there the other night after we did that, we fixed the cylinder and we fixed the track adjuster. Got down there, I pushed for about 3 hours today, and I noticed the other track was getting a little bit loose. We went ahead and rebuilt that track tension cylinder, and then the brake on the left-hand side, when you went to reverse, it would basically kick your foot off the pedal where the band was trying to rotate with a drum, because there's a couple pins in there. You'll have to look at a diagram. I'll try to put one in right now. You'll see there's 3 pins on each side, and basically the center one was sticking and it wouldn't allow the mechanism to work correctly. So I messed with those pins a little bit, got that freed up. Everything seems to be working good now. It's still a little sticky, but I think the rest of it will kind of free up over time. We'll find out, but I'll keep an eye on everything and, you know, go from there. But with that being said, I hope y'all liked this video. If you did, give me a thumbs up, subscribe, share, whatever. With that being said, I hope y'all have a wonderful rest of your day.